Hi, my friends. I'm back again with another Christmas favorite of mine, and this time I have for you a film called Hell's Heroes, released in 1929. I have some notes, so I'm going to read from my notes. Hell's Heroes, released in 1929, is an American pre-code Western sound film. And this film, this film is one of many versions or screen adaptations of Peter B. Kyne's 1913 short story, The Three Godfathers. And this film, Hell's Heroes, is directed by the great director William Wyler, and it was distributed by Universal Pictures and production company. Released on December 12, 1929. And it stars Charles Bickford, Raymond Hatton, Fred Kohler, Joe Dela Cruz, and Maria Alba as Carmelita. And this film was produced by Carl Laemmle Jr., who happens to be William Wyler's cousin. And yes, William Wyler is a wonderful director. He well, before I start talking about William Wyler, I want to say a little bit more about this, talk a little bit more about this film. This film was filmed entirely on location in the rural western town of Bodie, California. And Bodie, California stood in for the fictional town of New Jerusalem. In the movie, the town is called New Jerusalem, but it was filmed entirely on location in Bodie, California. And now I'll talk a little bit about William Wyler. William Wyler won 3 Academy Awards for Best Director, one for Mrs. Miniver in 1942, one for The Best Years of Our Lives in 1946, and Ben-Hur in 1959. And all of these films also won for Best Picture. So that's quite an achievement for Mr. William Wyler. And he was also nominated for an Academy Award for his films Dodsworth in 1936, Wuthering Heights in 1939, which is an all-time favorite of mine, The Letter in 1940, The Little Foxes in 1941, which stars Bette Davis, is actually a very good film, The Heiress in 1949, Detective Story in 1952, Roman Holiday in 1953, which is an all-time favorite of mine, Friendly Persuasion in 1956, which is also an all-time favorite of mine, Friendly Persuasion. It's great, 1956. And The Collector in 1965. So he's a very good director, and and he made lots of great films. Yes, and also this film, this particular film has been adapted for the screen 5 times. The first time it was adapted for the screen was in 1916, directed by Edward Lasaint, and it was titled The Three Godfathers. The second time it was adapted for the screen was in 1919, directed by John Ford, the John Ford who directed many famous westerns with John Wayne, and it was called Marked Men. And then the third time it was adapted to the screen, for the screen, was in 1929 by William Wyler, which is the version that I'm going to share with you today. And it was the first talking adaptation of this film. The 1916 version was a silent film, and the 1919 version was a silent film. And then in 1929, William Wyler made Hell's Heroes, and it was the first talking adaptation of this film. And then the fourth time it was adapted for the screen was directed by Richard Boleslawski, and it was released in 1936 by MGM Pictures, and it stars stars Chester Morris, Louis Stone, and Walter Brennan. And then the fifth and final time, final time that it was adapted for the screen was in 1948, directed by John Ford again. So John Ford redirected this film in 1948, and it was titled Three Godfathers, and it starred John Wayne, Pedro Armendariz, and Harry Carey Jr. And John Ford dedicated this final version to Harry Carey Sr., who was a famous silent film actor in westerns. He was a famous actor who starred in westerns in the silent film era. And so John Ford dedicated the final version of this film to Harry Carey. And Harry Carey's son, Harry Carey Jr., stars in that version, this final version of the film, Three Godfathers. And all these 5 versions that were adapted to the screen were based on Peter B. Kind's 1913 short story, The Three Godfathers. And so, yes, this film, sorry about that, this film is about 3 men. Let me go back to my notes. 3 men. It's about 3 men that are, one is named Bob Sangster. The other one is named Barb Wire Gibbons. And the other one is Wild Bill Kearney, and their sidekick Jose. Yes, so it's about these 3 men that ride into the the rural, it's hard to say, western town called New Jerusalem. And they intend to rob the bank there. And the first man arrives before the other two, and he spends some time in the cantina, and then he after he spends some time in the cantina having a good time, he tells everybody he's going to go rob a bank. And I think they think he's joking, but he's not joking. And by the time he goes to the bank, intending to rob it, the other two men arrive and join him, and they rob the bank. And hold on just a moment, I have to do something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take care of something. But anyway, I was saying that so yes, they rob the bank, and while they are robbing the bank, one of the men shoots the cashier of the bank and kills him. And then they make their getaway, and as they're making their getaway, their sidekick Jose gets shot and killed, and gets left behind in the town of New Jerusalem, and the other three men flee into the desert. And so they flee into the desert, and the story goes on from there. And they do encounter a big surprise in the desert, and I'm debating on whether they while they're in the while they flee into the desert, they are left with no water, and because while they were making their getaway, one of the townspeople or somebody from the town of New Jerusalem shoots their water supply that they were carrying, a bag of water, and it gets shot, and it leaks, and they have no water, and they encounter a sandstorm, and they have to stop, and they take shelter from the sandstorm. And during the sandstorm, their horses run away, and so they're now stuck in the desert with no horses and no water. And so they still do have the money that they robbed, but they lost their horses and water, and so they're walking on foot through the desert, and they stop, and they hear a voice, a human voice, and one of the men goes down to investigate who made the voice, and they find an abandoned covered wagon, and in the wagon they find a woman, and the woman is crying out in pain because she's in labor. And although I went ahead of myself, they find the woman, and one of the men, he goes back and tells the other two men that he found a woman in the covered wagon, and so they go down to see her, and they they challenge themselves, or they talk amongst themselves about who's going to claim the woman. And so they don't have very good intentions toward this woman that they found in the covered wagon. But then, well, the man that finds her stakes a claim to her, in her, and so he goes in to spend time with her, and then that's when he finds out that she's pregnant and is in labor, and is going to have a baby. And so he tells the men, and they talk amongst themselves about what to do, and so they decide that they're going to help her deliver her baby. And so they do that, and then the lady survives the childbirth, but barely, and she calls all three of the men to the covered wagon, and she tells them that she was on her way to New Jerusalem to meet up with her husband, who works in New Jerusalem in the bank as the cashier. And they look at each other in surprise, knowing that they just killed him in the bank robbery. And but she doesn't know that, and she makes them promise her to take care of the baby and take the baby to his father in New Jerusalem, who happens to be the cashier that they killed in the bank robbery. And she makes them promise, and then she tells them that she wants them to be the baby's godfathers, and to take care of him and to take him to his father in New Jerusalem. And then she asked them to lift up the baby so she can see him, and she tells him goodbye and gives him a kiss, and she dies. So now the three men have a baby that they promised to take care of and take back to New Jerusalem to its father. And so the rest of the story is their quest, or their journey to take this child back to New Jerusalem, because they just left New Jerusalem, escaping the posse after them for robbing the bank. And now they have to go back to New Jerusalem to take the baby back to its father, and they have to take care of the baby. And so that's the gist of the story. And yeah, and I really love this film, because it is not your typical Christmas story, and this is a Christmas story, although you don't see anything related to Christmas in this movie until the very, very, very end. And although it does hearken to the nativity story, with the three men resembling the three wise men, but they're not going to see the baby Jesus. They're they're actually in charge of taking care of a type of baby Jesus in the newborn baby. And also, I like this film because I don't know, this is just my opinion, but I think that the moral of the story is that there's goodness in everybody's heart, regardless regardless of whether they're quote unquote good or bad. And I think that's why this film is called Hell's Heroes, because they're Hell's heroes because they're bad men. They rob a bank and they kill an innocent man, and so they're not very good people. But when they are faced with a obstacle or a challenge, they all three do a good deed and sacrifice for the well-being of a baby, and they keep the promise that they made to the dying woman. And so I just really love the moral of the story, and that there's goodness in everybody's heart, even though they might have done something bad in their past, or they might be considered by others as bad people. And I also like this film because it's short. It's an hour long. It's short and it's to the point, and it just tells a story like it is. There's no frills about it. Yeah, I just like this version. I've never seen the silent film versions, but this third version by William Wyler is an hour long, which is just the right amount of time, I believe, to tell this story. And it's the first talking version of this film. And but the other two versions, the 1936, I believe, and the 1948 version, are longer, and the story has been added to and fleshed out for Hollywood purposes, and that's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that in my opinion, I just like this shorter, condensed, straight to the point version of this film. And oh yes, I wanted to, I mentioned when I started this video that this version of Peter B. Kind's 1913 short story, this version is a pre-code version. And pre-code means that it was before the Hays Code, which is a censorship code that was started in Hollywood because previous directors were free to express themselves artistically, and so many films had taboo subject matters. So this is a pre-code Western, and the very beginning has a little bit of that. So you'll see a little bit of what a pre-code movie was like. So yes, anyway, so I think I've covered everything. And so I really like this film, and I hope you'll like it as well. It's not your typical Christmas movie, but it is considered a Christmas movie, and you will see it played during the Christmas holiday season. And I just really like it, and so I hope you will like it too. And so without further ado, here is Hell's Heroes, released in 1929. I hope you can hear it.
Something new. Sweet Adeline. Never heard of it, Bill. What? You want to be up on all them new songs? Mira, está rápido. Better be practicing that funeral march. I wonder how they knowed we was coming. Just about your size, Bill.
Caramba, we robbed that bank. I like to kill that sheriff. One for one good friend of mine. One for myself.
The Lord frowns on bloodshed, my boy. I hope that sheriff ain't got Bob spotted. He ain't got him spotted. Bob would never send for us to come on if he didn't have that sheriff. Come on, let's go.
Hacer de la cruz, de Laguna, tiene, de allá,
The three men are up on the hill. They're going down the hill into the town. He's going into the saloon. You're about to see some of the pre-code material. with the barmaid, I guess you would call her, Carmelita, and the sheriff, and the guy. I can't remember if it's Bob or Bill, because there's one is named Bob and one is named Bill. So anyway, here's the scene.
Anybody got some guy hypnotizing, big boy?
As you can see, it shows her openly dancing for the men, and the men looking up her skirt, and the sheriff purposely dropping something so he could look up her skirt. And the pre-code, some of the things that they censored after the Hays Code was implemented was strong female roles, prostitution, sexual innuendos, drug addiction, alcoholism, violence toward women, and violence in general, and homosexuality, strong female roles, and so yeah, you might get a little taste of that in this scene.
What do you say, honey? What do you want? A kiss or a drink?
Kiss or a drink? I want both.
Baby. Yes, ma'am.
Me gusta la derecha. Secretario, buenos días.
Come on, set him up here, red liquor.
You are so strong. As if you was your face. Carmelita will not love you anymore.
You ain't gonna love me no more. I ain't gonna love you no more.
Toma. ¿Qué te crees? Oh, te quiero. Esos hijos me gustan que los hombres fuertes.
Come on, everybody up here.
No, no,
Come on. Drink for the house. Hey!
The sheriff is jealous of the other man.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's the sheriff? Hey, sheriff. What's the matter? Ain't you drinking? I'm not in particular about who I drink with. Well, I ain't. Else I wouldn't have invited you. Who are you, anyway? Grant. Grant's the name, Rio. I'm the fellow what owns the river. Smart, ain't you? Yeah. Hey, you've been around this town now for a couple of days. You're a pusher, you ain't a miner. What are you doing around here? Me? Yeah. I'm a bank examiner.
A bank
Hey, don't
examiner.
get fresh with me. You answer when you're spoken to by the civil authority. Civil authority, huh? That ain't you, is it? right, Carmelita, give us a song. Give us that song you sang for me last night.
Which one?
You know, the one you sang for me this morning, too. Early.
I don't remember.
Sure you do. It goes something like this. La 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 la.
Oh, I see that. You mean me introducing something to a song?
Sure, that's
I shall do it for you.
He's making her jealous on purpose.
¿Quieres hacer el favor de dejarme mi sitio? What did that thing say to me? Oh, she did she?
He's making him fight.
Hey, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. There's gonna be no hair pulling on this, see? It ain't allowed. Hey, ain't that great?
He's having fun watching them
Hey, I
fight.
gotta beat it. Listen, Sheriff, I tell you what. I'm gonna leave you to pick the winner, see? Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? Well, I'll tell you, sweetheart. I think I'm going over to rob the bank.
They think he's kidding. He's not kidding. Here come the other men. They finally arrived. I'm going to pause for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Howdy. About another minute, you'd have been too late to do business, partner. I always aim to be on time, stranger. How's the prospect, stranger? Looks like pay dirt. Yeah, that's right. Bueno. Will you need the gold scales, Joe? Yes, but... Oh, you don't need no scales, partner. Just hand over the gold. Start reaching for heaven, stranger.
Oh.
You're headed straight for hell. Come on, you get back in there and hand it over.
A hearse just rode by.
Got him straight through the pump. You're a liar. You missed him a full inch. Never mind, old Mason. Get out here. What's that street? Come on, you hand it over.
They killed him. That was the baby's father.
In that safe. Get to the work.
found out they're robbing a bank. And they shoot Jose. He goes back for the gold, but leaves Jose behind. So they have a posse after them. The hearse.
Peralta de la Cruz, tostada, borrego.
Jose dies. They get stuck in a sandstorm. They get buried in the sandstorm.
Hey, where's them horses? Nary a sign of them. I guess they must have stampeded in the storm.
Their
When
horses
you can
ran
deal them
away.
out, you won't find them again. Storm was sure a lifesaver for us, though. Yeah. What's the matter, Bob? Way, you got fleas? Yeah. They got lead overcoats on them. Huh? Yeah. They winged me in that left arm when we were getting out of town. Let's have a look at them. Hey, they did, didn't they? Yeah. Must have been that same rat that got Jose. And him with a money bag. Well, that's our luck. There's
Barbed
one
wire.
we got back.
Barbed wire gets shot in the shoulder.
Be careful of that water there, Bob. Don't worry about that, none. We'll hit water at Turbine tanks. And we'll rest up a day and make for the railroad. Hey, go easy on that. You ain't best in a steer, you know. Who says I ain't?
So now they have to walk through the desert. Poison, arsenic water, do not use for any purpose.
I'd sure like to give that horse-faced sheriff a bellyful of that. Bob. Yeah. When you pour a little water on my shoulder, it burns right smart. Sure.
He's shot in the shoulder.
That's good. How's you feeling now, old partner? Don't waste no sympathy on me, Bill. I ain't cashing in my chip just yet. Once there was 3 wise hombres rode out of Jerusalem. We ain't riding, we're walking. Yeah? I said wise. Wasn't speaking of muttons. You two birds don't know your scriptures. Now, once upon a time, the king of the Jews, huh? I never knowed them Jews had a king.
Barbed wire, he's the religious one, and he was about to tell them the story of baby Jesus and the 3 wise men, but the other 2 men weren't interested in listening to it.
Sure is hot. Hot. Hey, who told you? Let's have a drink. Oh.
They're starting to feel the heat.
Take a good one, old-timer. The tanks is just over the rise there. It's a good thing they are. We just about made it. How's the shoulder? I think the blood poison set in, Bob. Ah, you're wrong, old-timer. When we get the tanks, we'll give it a good wash and a fresh bandage, and you'll feel fine. Sure, you'll be clicking your heels together like a 2-year-old. Yeah? Well, let's get going, then. What's that? What's what? I heard something, too. Wait a minute.
I hear her voice crying out.
There's a human voice. You fellas wait here. I'll go see what's up. Now be careful, son. It might be a trap. I wonder what that was.
It's a covered wagon.
What is it, Bob?
There's a covered wagon down here.
I reckon we better go on over. It might be trouble.
He sees it's a woman. He wants to keep her for himself.
What you got, Bob?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He sees it's a woman.
Nothing, huh? I seen her first. Mm-hmm.
He said he saw her first. So he wants to stake claim over her.
See them tracks? His horse has been licking that alkali mud and it got him loco. Now I'll bet the darn fools went chasing after him. I don't reckon she's got no man now, Bob. Them tracks is 2 days old. I seen her first. You all right? Reckon old Bob wired me once just to waller in that water hole. That's all. I ain't interested in no women. Not now, I ain't. Lucky for you, I'm crippled.
So you can see they don't have any good intentions for this woman.
Come on up the hole, Bob, when you're thirsty.
So they leave him with her, knowing what he has in mind. He goes in.
Hey, take it easy, ma'am. Take it easy. They ain't good for you now. You can have some more later.
They see a watering hole. But it's dry.
Dry?
It's totally dry.
Dry as a bone. It ain't so, Bill. It ain't so. Turpentines is always good water. Let's dig.
He can't believe it's
No
dry.
use, barbed wire. Some crazy tenderfoot dynamite. And it's cracked the granite floor. And the water's run dry. He'll stay dry from now till I get released. Looks like this outfit's through. Through nothing. We've been in tougher places than this. Bob's still got a little water left.
He's using the water to help the woman.
Better pick yourself out of the grave. With a good view towards hell. All right, ma'am, I'm coming right back.
He figured it out.
Here's good news for you, Bob. Take a look. Yeah, I know all about it. She told me. Tough boys, but that ain't nothing. We got something else to worry about right now that's worse. Nothing could be worse. Yes, it could. We're gonna have another one squawking for water around here pretty soon. What do you mean? A baby. What? Baby? Sure. Right soon, too, I reckon. That poor gal's in a pretty terrible fix, boy. I can't do nothing for her. She's crying and praying and asking for help. Bob, why, you ought to know something about such cases. Weren't you married to a half-breed gal down in the Colorado somewhere? You're right, Bob. When that squaw of mine had them two twins, I was doing a 5-year stretch in human. How about you, Bill? Don't ask me. I don't know nothing about no babies. If it was a horse or a cow, I might tell you something. What's the difference? How do I know? I ain't never had nothing to do with no human baby. Well, come on. We gotta do something to help her. Come on, Barbara.
They're gonna go help her. I hope you can hear it. I don't know why it's so low. I've turned it up all the way.
Come on down, Bill. See what you can do with it. Ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Yes, sir. Them tanks is dry on the hontoad's belly. Well, you needn't rub it in. Once in San Bernardino, I hear a sky pilot preaching, the way of the transgressor is hard. I'll be doggone if I ever thought it'd be half as hard as this. Ah, stop that religious moaning. The preachers is worse than what we are. No, they ain't. The Bible ain't never wrong, Bob.
I'm gonna see if I can fix the volume. So I'm gonna pause for just a moment and see if I can fix the volume and have it a little bit louder. I'll be right back. Okay, I found another video of this movie on YouTube, and I think this one has a louder volume. And I put it on where we left off.
Oh, ma'am.
I think this one has a larger picture as well.
Yes, sir. Them tanks is dry on the hontoad's belly. Well, you needn't rub it in. Once in San Bernardino, I hear a sky pilot preaching that the way of the transgressor is hard. Would I be doggone if I ever thought it'd be half as hard as this. Ah, stop that religious moaning. Them preachers is worse than what we are. No, they ain't. The Bible ain't never wrong, Bob. And the Lord said unto Moses, take with thee thy rod, and thou shalt smite the rock, and the water shall come out of it. Sit down. Your whiskers ain't long enough for that. It's a boy! Come down here and take a look. It ain't no bigger than a stick gun. Hey, come on, Buck. I don't want to look at it. Maybe you hadn't better. It's scared to death. All right. What's he look like, Bill? Man, he's some stud. How's the gal? She ain't gonna last long. She wants to see us. All of us together.
And she wants to see all three of them. And she's not doing too well after the birth of the baby. So, yeah. Oh, he's so cute.
Will you? 3 good men save my baby?
Okay, I have to pause just one moment. Okay, I'm back.
Us 3 good men will do what we can, ma'am.
And you?
I'll help.
Won't you? 2?
Yeah, me too.
She's making them promise to take care of her baby.
I want all of you to be my baby's godfathers. Take him to his daddy in New Jerusalem.
They just left New Jerusalem, where they robbed the bank.
Frank Edwards. You'll find him at the bank. He's cashier.
Frank Edwards is his name, and he's the cashier at the bank. And he's the man that they
That's
shot
him.
and killed.
Oh. Hold him up. I want to look at him.
She wants to see her baby. Oh, so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute.
Poor little Sonny. You won't be all alone when your mama leaves you. You'll be in New Jerusalem for Christmas with your daddy and your 3 godfathers.
She kisses him goodbye. She passes away.
The Lord give it. And the Lord take it away.
Now they have a baby to take care of.
Yes, little fellow. You know, that was a terrible thing we just done. What? Lying to that poor gal the way we did. What do you mean lying? We promised to take that kid back to New Jerusalem, didn't we? I wasn't lying. All right, go on back and throw your head in the news if you want it. But not me. What about the kid? Well, what about the kid? Yeah. Hey! You seen her first. What am I going to do with it? See how far you can throw it.
Oh my gosh.
Cute little critter, ain't he? Uh-huh. Sure he is. What'll we name him? Don't make much difference, does it? You gotta have a name for his grave when he dies. He ain't gonna die. Not while I'm alive. It ain't. Well, what do you say we baptize him? What for? I never was. That's why he ought to be. Them's my sentiments, too. Well, what do we call him? That's easy. Yeah? Sure, his name's Frank Edwards. His ma said so. You heard it. His dad's the fellow you two shot at the bank. I missed him. You're a liar. You got him through the pump. It was me that missed him. Missed him over a full inch. Yeah, you both ought to be ashamed to look the kid in the face. Well, let's baptize him. How do you do it? All right. Now I'll tell you, Bill. You hold him. Now, you know, you read from the Bible. And then you take and pour some water on his head. Hey, wait a minute. Water's scared. Use sand. Sand? You can't use sand. It ain't regular. Is so. They use it at funerals. I see 'em.
They don't want to use their water, so they're going to use sand to baptize him.
I hereby name you after your three godfathers. So, for that needs faith. Here. William, Robert, Thomas, Jr. Buried with him in baptism, I hereby baptize you the party of the first part, whereunto the... You know, I just don't seem to recollect the whole shebang, little fella. But that'll carry you just as far. Amen. Hey! Merry Christmas, boys. We got something. And I sure wish it was a gallon of water.
I'm sorry. So they named the baby William Robert Thomas Jr.
Those were snakes.
They find
What you got? A strike. Canned cow. Gee,
a box with baby things inside of
Get
it.
us through the railroad. Wait a minute. You can't use that. It's for the baby. Baby, nothing. This means our getaway. I said them was for the baby. Yeah, let's see you get 'em. You're wrong. You ain't gonna take no milk from no baby. Now bed down, the two of you. All right, you crazy fools. We'll split 'em.
They find a box filled with baby things for the baby, and one of the things that they find are cans of milk, and they're fighting over the cans of milk. this guy, I can't remember if it's Bill or Bob, but he wants them for himself or for all three of them. And Barbed Wire is saying, Barbed Wire is the one that's shot in the shoulder. Barbed Wire says, no, it's for the baby. And so they're going to, I think they're going to split them or something. Okay, sorry.
There's yours.
Oh, I'm going to do something real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
This here's for me. Wait a minute. Here's something that tells us all about the grooming of the baby. By Doc Meacham. Well, let's see what he has to say. There's too much care cannot be exercised in performing the baby's toiletting. Huh? What in places is a toiletting? Don't you know what a toiletting is? No. That toiletting is a bath. Now, see here. We ain't got much water. But if Doc Meacham prescribes it, it's got to be. Oh, you don't. You don't use none of this water. Wait a minute. You don't need no water. It says here you can use olive oil. If you can't get olive oil, you can use clean, pure lard or grease. Here you are.
He wants to use grease
Get
from
out. This baby's going through life slippery enough with us for its godfather. I reckon she thought he was going to be a cowpuncher.
Hey, Barb, that's for his backside.
Huh? Here you are. Olive oil. Well, young feller, here's where you get your first toiletting.
They're going to give him a bath.
Bill, you're some midwife. Up here, Thorpe.
They're going to bathe him with olive oil. It sounds good to me.
Reckon I want to put some on his head? No. His hair is a coyote now. Come here, young fella. Hey, Bill. That rump of his will sit right well in the saddle when he gets growed up. He's a funny little louse.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right game, though, ain't it? Well, his mother was game, weren't she? Yes. Sure was. I hope he don't grow up to be a big as fool as his old man. Figure him drawing a gun on us, Bill.
He's burying the woman.
Honestly, you shouldn't buy this book
gosh.
because once you do,
Sorry,
you'll
hold
never
on.
look at your medicine.
Okay. Had to go through that commercial.
You old jackass. Give me a hat so I can shake the little feller. Come on, fellas, let's drift out of here. If we're going to live, we better. New Jerusalem's our closest water. It's 40 miles. And we gotta hike right back.
Yeah, just like that.
Well, it's our only chance for water.
If you hike back there, you won't need no water. They'll string you up the minute you hit the town.
Well, what else we gonna do?
Well, come on. I'll trail along till we get near town. Then I'm heading south. See?
Hey, give me one of them packs, Bill. No, I'm all right, Bob. Feeling great. I'll sort of take it easy tomorrow.
All right, you fool. If you want to kill yourself, go ahead.
Well, let's get going. I'm thirsty.
So they decide to head back to New Jerusalem. And barbed wire is,
Hey, Bill.
he's barely
What
making
the
it.
hell is a godfather?
Well, Bob Wire says it's a sort of a reserve father. You know, to teach the kid to renounce the devil with all of his works and pumps.
Works and pumps. What's them?
Well, robbing banks and shooting up deputy sheriffs, etc., etc.
Well, all I got to say is that us three is a sweet-scented bunch of godfathers.